I want to tell you a little story about how I first really got into instant noodles and give you a recipe. So, when I was a kid, I want to say this was around between like 82 and 85. There was a product on the market by Nissin Foods. They're the makers of Top Ramen and all that kind of good stuff. They made a product called Nissin Roasted Ramen. And what my mom would do is she would cook the noodles. They were supposed to be cooked for like 3 minutes. She would cook them only for 2 with the sachet and stuff. Actually, no, that one didn't have a sachet. Yeah. So she'd cook it for like 2 minutes, drain it, drop it in a frying pan, let it sizzle for a few, then drop in some scrambled egg all over it, let it cook up, and then boom, I'd get that for breakfast. And it was freaking awesome. Well, what happened is they stopped making it, and I was really bummed, obviously. I was like, oh. And so we went down to Seattle. I used to live in a town called Anacortes, which is it's really like Seattle and Vancouver, BC are about the same distance from Anacortes, I'd say, just about. Anyways, we drove all the way down there and we went to a big Asian grocery, actually Japanese grocery called Uwajimaya. And at Uwajimaya, I think they had the packaging, or they just asked, what's comparable to this stuff that I was having, It's like, I'm all bummed out. So they asked and they say, oh, Nissin chicken ramen, that's what you want. It's like, Nissin chicken ramen. This is Nissin chicken ramen. And in my last video, I used Top Ramen. You can use Top Ramen for this recipe, which really, but this is what you want to use. Nissin chicken ramen is the first instant noodle that came out, period. This is the origin of the instant noodle right here. I don't think it's changed at all. The packaging's changed, but yeah, this is the first instant noodle of all time. And it was invented by a guy named Momofuku Ando. Unfortunately, he's not with us these days, but his product still lives on. He also invented cup noodle. He also invented Space Ram, which is what astronauts could take up to the International Space Station with them. Yeah, so. And today, I'm going to cook this up. I said in the title, this is the best instant ramen recipe ever. I honestly think it is. I mean, if it weren't for this recipe, if it weren't for us going down to Seattle and me seeing all the different weird colored packages from all over the world at Uwajimaya, I would have never gotten into this. Well, I might have, but I like to think I wouldn't have. So thank you, parents, for making sure I got my instant noodles. So, all right, well, let's go in the kitchen, make some of this stuff, and see how it is. Come on. All right, so we're gonna get this water to a boil. Yeah, so actually the way you're supposed to cook this, and I know my mom boiled it and cooked it that way, but the way you're actually supposed to cook this is to take the pack and open it up, dump it in, and then, since that's how instant noodles are, you add boiling water to them and let them steep, kind of like tea, and that'll actually cause it to cook that way, instead of actually continuing to have them boil on the stove. But I'm going to try to keep as close to my mom's recipe. I'm pretty sure that's how she would do it. And then we just need one of these. But yeah, if you're curious, so there's no seasoning sachet in this. What you get is, oh, this is kind of crumbly. Here, why don't I just do this? See right here? So what we have as a noodle block, but what you notice, maybe, I don't know if you can see that, but right here there's a little divot. And what you would do is normally have it in a bowl like this, crack an egg and drop it right there with the yolk settling right in the middle, and then put the boiling water to cover it, and then cover that for a few minutes. And then what you get is a slightly kind of poached egg thing going on in the middle. And you know, it's really freaking cool how it works like that. What's nice too is, I mean, you can take this noodle, it's pre-seasoned and it's very crisp. And so what you can do is you can just, you know, eat it straight. Yeah, it takes me back. But what I don't understand is that you can't get this stuff in the United States. You can get it on like eBay and Amazon, but you can't just usually walk into a store and find it. There are other brands that make things that are kind of similar, but yeah, this is what you want. You want the original right there. All right, so I'm going to shut up for a minute, let the water boil, and then I'm going to drop this in there for a couple minutes and then drain it, and then I'll be right back. So don't go nowhere. All right, so our water's at a rolling boil, so let's drop all of this nice noodly goodness in here and start our timer. It's going for 2 minutes, but that will go by really quick with the magic of technology. I'm gonna throw my egg in here and get it all ready to go. So yeah, stay tuned. All right, let's drain this stuff. Actually, let's turn on the heat on here. And I know my mom would have never done this without a little bit of butter. So yeah. So here's the drainer. Let's take that off. And there we go. Let this pan heat up and get all happy. So here's what the noodles look like. I don't know if that'll focus in well, but so I take the noodles and I drop them on. And we're going to let those kind of do their thing for a little while. Honestly, the more I look at this, I think we need 2 eggs. That sounds a little more like it. Because if you look at the quantity of noodles here, I don't think 1 egg is going to go very far. So scramble that all up. Okay, that's ready. Yeah, she had some magic that she pulled on making this stuff that honestly I have never been able to recreate myself. And it's been so long, she doesn't remember exactly how she did it, but I bet she could do it. By the way, hi Mom. Thank you for making this when I was a kid. Yeah, because once we found out where to get the thing that was comparable to that roasted ramen, yeah, that kind of, we started going down there a lot. And then I think the next instant that I really gravitated towards was the Mi Goreng satay by Indomie. And that one was awesome. Hell, it still is. I think I like the rendang better these days, but I mean, how can you go wrong with rendang? Look at this stuff. Yeah. It's funny because these noodles are kind of like flat. They kind of remind me actually of the Japanese cup noodles, except they're lighter and they, you know, the flavoring, well, I guess the flavoring is kind of built into those, but this is actually, there's no like powder on them. The flavoring is directly into this noodle. Got this really nice wok that I've got to try out. It needs to be, I guess you have to season it. I've never done that. My wife got it for me for Father's Day, actually, I think. Or was that for our anniversary? I think it was for our anniversary. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, baby. Yeah, we've been married for 7 years? 8 years? 8 years. 7 years. Yeah, 7 years. Lucky number 7. And yeah, honestly, I gotta thank her for putting up with my noodle wackiness all these years too. In the beginning it was like, are you serious? And now it's like, oh wow, cool. So I appreciate that. I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there a little quicker than we should. Ah! And I think I'm using the wrong utensil. But, alright. Yeah. Let's give it a go. Quick! The spatula! That's not a spatula. My God. Here's the Christmas spatula my son gave me. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, I don't think this got as crispy as when my mom made it. I think she might have had a little more patience. That's not always something I have in great abundance. I imagine you don't either. You're like, come on, dude. You got butter and noodles and some eggs. Come on. Get this over with. But yeah, I can't shut up and I like to keep talking, you know. So if that bugs you, then I guess you can watch something else. But before you do, make sure you subscribe, you know. Remember, I'm doing this for you, the viewer, and all you have to do is subscribe. I'm not one of those YouTubers that come out with a new video every day. Maybe in a month I'll come out with 2, so it's not like you're gonna get loads of notifications. Usually it's just for top 10 lists or when I eat like a really, really spicy instant noodle. People seem to like those a lot. But I think the one video that people have liked the most was my last video where I cook top ramen this way. So that wasn't something I expected. It was like a Sunday morning. I was bored. It's like, hey, I should pay homage to my mom's recipe. And what happens? Over 100,000 people have seen it, so I figured, you know, I should show you how to do it the correct way. I think if you probably, I don't know, the hotter you make it, the quicker it wants to smoke, and I don't want it to make the smoke alarm go off. I think we might be just about there. And yeah, when she did it, it looked way different. 'Cause my mom is a much better cook than I. Yeah, the Ramen Raider is not a chef by any means. Oh, we need a bowl to put this stuff in. Let's use this one. Usually it would go on a plate, but today I'm feeling, you know what? I'm gonna crank the heat up and see if I can get it. It smells right. It smells like it's supposed to, but will it taste the way it should? All I'm trying to do is get that nice crunch. See, and you like that, it screams. All right. All right. See what we got here. Check that out. Ooh, noodle-rific. All right, let's go back over to over there and give it a try. All right, so it's done. It's steaming. It's super hot. Let's give it a try. Yeah, no, this isn't the way my mom used to make it. It's close though. When she would make it, the noodles would get much more crisp, and it almost seemed like there was more egg. But it's good. There's a little bit of crispness, not Christmas, but crispness in there. But yeah, do a little bit of experimentation. Try it with other noodles, try it whatever way you want, but I swear to God, you do it just the right way and it's freaking golden, you know? It's some of the best stuff you've ever had. Yeah. Oh. Yep. If I was a little more patient, it would have been perfect. Because there's like, I just got a little corner that was like, ooh, that's right. That's the way it's supposed to be. My dream is to get my mom to make this stuff up there at home and do a video of it, but I don't think she'll agree to that. However, comment below, beg my mom to make it the correct way. And I bet you, if there's just like all these comments, just say, hey, the Ramen Raiders mom, will you make it the correct way on camera and stuff so we can learn the amazing magic and all that, and we can all be inspired. And chances are, she will agree. It'll take a while, but yeah, just like, please ask my mom repeatedly, will you make, Mrs. Lennish, can you please make this? Be polite. Don't demand. Because demanding is not polite. My mom's a classy lady. I don't know, now this has turned in almost kind of a mukbang. Mukbang is when you see the people trying to eat the instant noodles as fast as possible. I'm not really doing that, but it's freaking good. I mean, what can I say? She used to make this other thing that I've made a few times. It was, you take a slice of toast, you toast it, pop it out, you take a can of French cut green beans, drain them, you take 1 egg, and then you take all that crap, put it in a mixing bowl, and stir it all up, and then fry it, and then put some cheese on top. I guess it was like an old Weight Watchers recipe, and it's freaking good. We used to just call them bean burgers. But, yeah, it was freaking amazing. Maybe I should do a video of that. I've eaten a lot of strange food. And when I was a kid, like, you know how you can get big, huge, like big gulp cups? When I was a kid, I would drink like a full big gulp tumbler. I'd fill it up with milk, which right now makes me just want to gag. It's like, God, who would want to drink all that freaking milk? And then I would take like a little, like a ramekin, like a little bowl, and put like mayo and mustard and all the different condiments I could find in the fridge and just kind of mix them up. And I would decide that's dip. And then I would dip saltine crackers in it. And I would pound like milk. And so, God. A friend of mine named Matt B, he came out with this thing called Glomar. And Glomar, it's saltine crackers crunched up, and then bacon and copious amount, like a whole stick of butter. So it's like 1 stick of saltine crackers, 1 stick of butter, and like a bunch of bacon that's already cooked. Excuse me. And then you melt the bacon, or melt the butter rather. What is it? You take the stick of saltine crackers, crunch them up, put them in a bowl, a microwave safe bowl. Then you take the bacon, pull it all apart, put it all in with it, and then you dump all that butter over it and stir it up a little, and then you microwave it for like 2 minutes, and then you stir it up. You do it like Chex Mix, and then you get like these hard little nodules of saltine cracker and bacon and butter. God, we did that like New Year's 2000? 2001? I can't remember. But we were like all stoked on it. It's like, dude, Glomar, yeah. We'd done it, the last time we'd done it was like 10 years ago. Or before that, like in the mid 90s, I swear. But anyway, we did that and it was just like, oh, it's like you can feel your arteries clogging. It was just like made us fall asleep. It's a bad thing. Glomar is something, if you haven't had it, if you're a punk kid watching this, trust me, make some Glomar. You'll be glad that you did. It's a very strange thing. Just make sure the bacon is crumbleable. If it's like fatty and like half done and floppy, you can't do it. Can't do it. But yeah, make Glomar. Make Glomar. Oh, what other weird foods are there? I grew up with my father eating liverwurst. So it's like a tube, and it's like this really soft, kind of like gray, brownish, reddish, weird stuff. And you kind of like slice it, and it's made of like, it's a liver sausage. It's made from liverwurst. It's also called Braunschweiger. You can get it at any grocery store. It's kind of like, you can probably find it by the pepperoni in the cold cake. Anyways, there's two brands. There's John Morrell and Oscar Mayer. Fuck that John Morrell shit. It's nasty. You get more, but the Oscar Mayer stuff's where it's at. Anyway, so get that stuff, cut off an end, and then you kind of like push the other thing. It's like pushing out a loaf. It's pretty funny. But you take that and you take a butter knife and you slice a little piece off, get a saltine cracker, put a little of mayo on it, drop the liverwurst on it, and then do 2 taps of black pepper. Oh yeah. It also makes a really good sandwich on like a nice dark rye. God, what else? What other weird food? I used to mix up SpaghettiOs and ravioli to make raviolios. But they make this stuff now called raviolios that doesn't have any SpaghettiOs in it. Why? Why? There are no O's in a ravioli. It's like the other thing that really ticks me off. You go to the store, you go buy Chex Mix. Where are the peanuts? Right? I mean, why do all these nice snack mixes that you can get these days always omit peanuts? It's like, you gotta have freaking peanuts. Otherwise, it's just crunchy stuff, but no peanuts. Anyways, I've rambled long enough. You've wasted a good portion of your existence. If you're with me still, wow, thanks. I really appreciate that. I'm honored. So yeah, that was good. It's not exactly the same. I don't know. Like I said, ask my mom. Just go, hey, the Ramen Raiders mom, could you like please make that stuff, or at least give them the correct recipe, or like do it on camera. I think it'd be funnier if she did it on camera. My mom's pretty funny. But yeah, beg politely. So, and that doesn't mean, he says beg politely, I'm going to say blah, blah, blah. No, come on, just be nice. But yeah, and that doesn't mean, yeah, anyways, you know what I'm talking, All right, this has been Hans the Ramen Raider, wishing you enjoyment of your noodles every day. And if you like this, please click like. If you would subscribe to this, I would be ultra stoked. And yeah, this has been the finest instant noodle recipe of all time, 2.0. And eventually 3.0 will come out, and that all depends on you. So please enjoy, and I bid you farewell.